I really wished I was a pilot. But I guess today I can try and get a bit of classes in because he says he teaches aviation. And I tried to ask him why he didn't have his hat. He said, that's so dorky. And no, it's not. Welcome to the studio, Captain Nick.
Oh, very good for having me.
Very good to have you.
Likewise.
How are you?
Good to be tired. I got up too early to beat the traffic.
But what time does your class start? Do you not teach?
No, to be here on time.
No, but what time normally do you wake up?
Normally I'm in the simulator. I guess we'll talk about that later on. From roughly about 5 a.m.
Oh, so it's the same time.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Now let's talk about you.
Yes.
And how you got into this into this field of work. Is this something that you saw yourself doing all of your life?
I think it's at some phase in everybody's life. I think it has always crossed one's mind to be a pilot, to be associated with the aviation industry in some shape or form.
Yeah.
But my dad was very conservative, so you would. To him, being a lawyer, being an engineer, now that's a profession.
Really?
Oh, yes, but being a pilot, unless you're in the Air Force, so it was, so I got into it in my late 20s, no, I would say mid-20s.
Oh, so you had already done something else?
I had done something else, okay. Yeah, already gone to school in the UK.
All right.
And but I fast-tracked that, so I really achieved whatever I have ever wanted to do in the aviation business, I have
You've done it all.
I've done it.
You've done. So what did you do before that?
Well, I lived in the UK for quite a long time, so I had a variety of different jobs.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely.
Oh, tell us, what jobs did you do?
From flipping burgers at McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, like everyone else when they start out in the States. And right. Starbucks, it's only the two places in the US you go to Starbucks.
That's true. Until then, I worked for Britannia Airways, but on the ground, just as a check-in agent. So then I just took bit the bullet, so to speak, and went to the US with my $10,000 and started my career.
You got that money from flipping burgers?
Pretty much, yes.
Are you serious? That's a lot of money to save. If you convert that to a million shillings.
And there was, of course, assistance from mom and dad.
Oh, yes. All right, okay, fine. So let's talk about where you were. Where were you brought up?
Here in Nairobi.
Yeah, where in Nairobi?
I was born in a place called Riruta. 1963, so that makes me the ripe old age of 53. So I was an independence baby. A variety of schools, mainly St. Mary's.
Yes.
And then university was in the UK, having moved around from Riruta to Westlands, to Spring Valley.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm born and bred.
Different places. Now, St. Mary's is known for rugby. Did you ever participate?
I tried.
Oh, did you?
No. That's the optimum word.
Oh, yeah?
And, and I think it lasted 5 minutes.
Oh, you failed miserably at it.
Yeah, I did.
It's very difficult. And they constantly dislocate themselves and get hurt.
Yeah, and you look at the size of them.
Yeah, true.
You really don't want to be in their path, holding the ball. Because you get the wrong end.
Yeah. So you went to the UK to study what?
Electronic engineering. And that was really to appease my dad.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You did,
I had no interest at all.
But you use it now, right? With your simulator.
Yes, I guess it helped to put it together.
Yeah.
I got it all, I got it in bits and pieces from Dubai. And it's an American. It's called SciTech.
Yeah.
And it's, in my view, very, very realistic.
Yeah.
So, like I say, it's the closest thing that you would get to flying an airplane without actually leaving the ground.
Yeah.
And I can, and it's not a license. Let's get that straight. I'm not teaching for a license. What I'm doing is giving people the opportunity to be able to get into this industry in some shape or form without costing the earth. So once, I feel reasonable that, you know what you're doing, having done a bit of ground school and then in the simulator itself, you've got 33,000 airports to choose from.
That's a lot of airports.
That's right. So then hopefully people will come back and, tour the earth.
That's a lot.
Yes. So that's hopefully where we'll make our money, is recurrent.
Yeah.
people coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, right before we even start, you know, getting into details of the
Yes.
simulator,
Yes.
As we still go back to your schooling,
Yes.
when you went now to the States,
Yes.
why did you decide to do it in the States and not here in Kenya?
It's here in Kenya. It's very, very expensive. I mean,
Oh.
yeah. So the States was much more affordable. Like I say, I did everything $10,000, but if you remember the exchange rate, Kenya to the dollar
that time
was
yes. Yeah.
I mean, now I don't know how people, seriously, I don't know how people afford it.
Yeah, it is very expensive.
Very, very
and
expensive.
It's only, then what happens is a lot of people who want to do aviation can't because of how expensive it is. And then it's
Exactly.
only left to a certain group of people
That's
to
right.
go back to school.
That's right.
And that you're trying to help out with that.
I must clarify, this is not a license, okay? It is just an opening. I open the windows for people who have had that desire to fly. And obviously, because of it, the industry being so cost prohibitive, you know, that's all it has remained, is just the desire.
Yeah.
Now, I open the window for you
Yeah.
at a fraction of the cost.
Okay.
Fraction of the cost.
That's really good.
Yes.
That's great.
And it's fun. I enjoy seeing the pleasure in bringing out the aviation side of people. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Even when you meet someone who's not big on it and you show them, they
Yes.
immediately get impressed and they want to join in.
Yes.
Now, you went to the States and you did your aviation how many years?
In total was, I would say, a good 8 months.
Okay.
And then I came back home. Then you've got to go through a process of converting it into the Kenyan license. And once you've done that, now the job hunt starts. And we call it tarmacking.
Yeah.
So we'd walk with our friends who had just done the conversion from one end of the airport, this is Wilson Airport, to the other end, you know, which was CMC on this side and Desert Locust on that side, with our papers and trying to appease the chief pilots as we went along. I got lucky because I was given a fantastic opportunity to fly for the Flying Doctors, better known as AMREF, African Medical Research Foundation. And I would have to say that was a period in my life that was very fulfilling.
Yeah.
Very, very fulfilling.
Yeah. How did you get it?
Just walked in with a big smile on my face.
Oh.
And I guess, right place, right time, I guess.
And you got the job?
And I got the job.
So how many years did you fly with AMREF?
A good 3.5 years.
Yeah. Now, of course, in your line of work,
Yes.
especially with AMREF, I bet there are times that you saw things that you probably needed therapy for because you fly for medical reasons. So what are some of the moments that stand out for you?
I would have to say the conjoined twins. I even brought a picture. I don't know
Yeah.
if one can show it.
Yeah.
And yes, this was from Busia.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
unfortunately, the mother didn't make it. And neither did the poor little kids. But, you know, they were conjoined. Now, one would have to be sacrificed. You know, just two legs and two bodies. But then there are other times that you see the good that you do. And unbelievable. Some people are very dedicated in their work in the medical field. And AMREF really brings out the good side of humanity. I can say that.
Yeah. When we get the picture, we are going to be showing you on camera. Now, if we talk about flying commercial, did you leave AMREF to go fly commercial, or did the
That's
contract?
Right. That's right. What happened? No. The contract, I could have signed it again if I wanted. But as in everything, you want to go bigger, faster, higher, you know. And the only opportunity really in those days was to fly for KQ.
Oh, KQ, yes.
Yeah, so that was, you know, we would just dream, you know. And then fortunately, a company called Eagle Aviation, they came up.
Yeah.
And they, you know, got this little 70-seater jet called a Fokker 28. And I've had a few hair-raising moments with that aeroplane as well, particularly out of Kisumu, when the bird went into the engine, And that was interesting.
So that was interesting. You're going to tell me that story. Let me just show, you know, the picture of the conjoined twins. I don't know if you can see that clearly there. Well, it's you know, it's a bit too exposed, but the babies that he's holding right here are there, right there. Those are conjoined twins. And who's the lady?
She was the flight nurse.
Oh, she was a flying nurse.
Flying nurse, yes. So she should be in the back of the aircraft, which is this airplane right here.
Yeah, okay.
The mother on a stretcher.
Yeah.
And then she'd be right next to her.
Yeah.
And, you know, giving her all the assistance that she would require.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like I said, the mother didn't make it.
Yeah. Oh.
And so she passed away actually in flight.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And while the nurse was trying to sort out the mother, you know.
Yes.
I had these little two guys here next to me.
Yeah, you were the ones carrying them. So your life can't just go back to normal after that, you know? You can't just, you know, in the morning you had these conjoined twins, they passed away, the mom passed away, and then you just go back, you know, to doing you. It kind of stays with you. And that's,
No, it does. It does.
Yeah.
I think, but it's also, like I said, also gives you an opportunity to bring out the goodness in yourself.
Yes, it's true.
And, you know, but you really have to have the stomach for this.
Yes, that's what I was asking.
You're either built for this or you're not.
Yeah. So were you built for it, or you found out when you wanted?
So, because you see, a lot of what we used to do, other than emergency response, they had what they called an outreach program, mainly in Tanzania. So we would leave on a Monday with 5 specially trained. There would be a surgeon. There would be a specialist in the medical field. Yeah. And drop them in all these different district hospitals, and then they would stay a week there.
Just to treat.
Yeah, so once we landed with the last one, I remember Dr. Bashira, he was a very good friend of mine. And once we dropped everybody, now my job was over, really, until the Friday when we went to pick them up again. So I used to get involved in the theater, and, you know, so you really got to have the stomach for it.
Wait, so did you not get interested in medicine after being so close to them? The doctors, that is, and the nurses? No,
it was more, I did get involved in terms of my curiosity was, you know, the inside of a human being is really, you need to have the stomach for that.
I don't have it. I really don't have that stomach. I don't know how doctors do it. This is all right. So now we were talking about an incident right before I showed the picture.
Yes.
So there was an infamous bird.
Yes.
That burnt down your plane.
No.
Tell us about it.
No,
the engine
didn't burn down the plane.
It
just, you know, just flew up as we were taking off. You see, as you take off, there's certain your flight path, shall we say, is controlled by speeds. And in aviation, the speeds are always, you always start with a V speed. So, and it's all pre-calculated. So when you get to, say, V1, okay, there's V1's your decision.
I'm in class right now.
Yeah, okay. Meaning that at that particular airport, at this particular speed, if something was to happen to the airplane, you have sufficient time to stop.
Okay.
Okay? If after V1, that's it, you go. That's what they say. You take off and you sort out your problem in the air. Yeah? And just before V1, this was in the morning, out of Kisumu. Yeah. And it was my co-pilot sector, because I would do the tight one. Going into Kisumu would be my sector, because you got to get it right. And Jomo Kenyatta's nice and long, so John Okubasu, who was my co-pilot, so it was his sector. So once you get to say V1, my decision to stop, you see what I mean? He takes control now. Yeah. Now it's his flight. But the decision up to V1 is mine. Just before V1 did these 2 birds come out of the grass. And I just said, I know it. I just know it. And sure enough, when we went back to the black boxes, it was humorous, actually. There was a humor side of it, because of the air conditioning in the plane. Yeah. The smell of roast the duck went through the airplane.
Oh, it smelled like it was a barbecue, some chicken.
So the guy who was in the jump seat, he said, "Oh my goodness, Nick, there's gokes in the cockpit."
So now?
No, so I had initiated the stop, and well, if this was the end of the runway, we were here.
So then what happened? Did anything burn at that time?
Yeah, the engine was destroyed.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
and who were you flying at that time? Who were the people in the plane? Were they just passengers or?
Yeah, they were all passengers. Mainly, it was the lead up to the election.
Okay.
So there was a lot of activity.
Yeah.
In terms of, so it was very funny without mentioning names.
Yeah.
Once the airplane did come to a standstill.
There were people from, two parties.
There were two parties in there, and they were
and they were not
giving
talking.
each other bad looks,
Yeah.
But once the airplane came to a standstill, and the doors opened, they were hugging each other, and all the political man went out the window. And I was looking outside, and I was laughing and just, telling Uncle Basu, just look at this,
Yeah.
So that was a humor side. So but it was about, I don't know, I'd have to ask KP how much it cost, but it was an expensive exercise. Yeah.
It must have been. It must have been. Now, for how long did you fly commercial?
Up until about 2 years ago.
Oh, how many years is that in total?
Oh, roughly about 20.
20 years.
Yes.
That is a long time.
It is, yeah, with a whole variety of airplanes.
Yeah.
Never flown a helicopter, though.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah, no, they just don't look like they're supposed to fly.
Oh, why? They do.
I know they fly, but just look at it,
You're like, no, I don't think that thing.
This is really not for me.
Oh, but you've been in one.
I've been in one, yes.
Yeah, you just haven't flown it.
Yeah, I haven't flown it. It's a completely different story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, for flying and aviation, it's a very taxing job because you are needed in different parts of the world all throughout the year.
Yes.
The more you fly, the more you get miles, I think. They call it hours. Yes,
that's correct.
So the more you get the hours, the more you get paid. But then that, of course, has a toll on you and your family.
Yes.
So how was it for you?
As far as my personal life was concerned, again, I think I was very blessed. I had very patient girlfriends.
Oh, okay.
But eventually, it didn't work out.
Because of the same reason?
Literally, yeah.
Every single time?
Pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much.
Were they not in the same industry?
No.
Because I always say you date this too.
No.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's also, just for the record, there's 2 phases of flight which you really, really need to know what you're doing. And that's the takeoff and the landing. And I always start with this when I explain aviation to people. Once you're up there, if you're 500 feet just taking off and you have an engine problem, you really don't have much options. It's basically you land straight ahead.
And crash.
And crash.
Nose down. Nose dive.
Well, you try and do a control landing.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what they say? Any crash that you walk away from was a good landing. If you're going to walk away from any accident, it's a good thing. Yeah. And the landing phase. Up there at 20,000 feet, you can deal with the problem. You've got altitude to play around with.
Yeah.
So then you add other elements like bad weather. And so consequently, it's not like driving a car where you can pull off to the side.
Yeah.
So you do enough of those tricky landings, and again, I've lost quite a few friends in accidents.
Yeah. And what is that one time that was so close for you that you decided, you know what, tomorrow I'm just going to wake up, I'm just going to open a little kiosk, and I'm going to just start a business because this flying thing is not working for me, that was too much. Was there a time that you had a close scare?
Not really.
Or a near-death experience?
Not really, not really. Again, like I say, I've been one of the fortunate few who have gained employment with companies that do very good maintenance. And, that's very key. And, a lot of accidents, airplane accidents have been related to poor maintenance and, cutting costs. Again, this is it's a very expensive exercise, maintenance. So airplane owners, they shouldn't, but sometimes they tend to cut corners. Okay. And again, it's not like driving a car. You can just pull off to the side.
And put a hazard.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So the more experience you get the more you get paid, that is generally true.
Yeah.
But I would have taken half the pay and gone back to Amref.
Then why didn't you?
It's not something that you really do. Once you move ahead, you
just go.
You do, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, once I did the training on the Boeing 767 with Pan Am in the States, you know, that was you know, those are brilliant times. Now, from 767 or Fokker 28, going back to a little six-seater.
It's like, come on.
Dude,
Why,
what went wrong?
Why?
You know?
So 2 years ago, there was a Kenya air show. Were you involved in any way?
No, no.
So you didn't participate?
I didn't participate.
Okay. Now, if we, you know, with the, again, going back to now, family life.
Yes.
Could you settle down? You said you didn't have a girlfriend, but, you know, I Googled and you do have a child. So
yes.
How is that? What's her name?
She's called Baby Samantha. And I'm called Baba Samantha.
Okay.
Right? She's 8 years old, and Riara standard 3.
Oh.
Is it class 3 or standard 3?
I'm not sure.
I just pay the bills.
That's funny. Is it 844?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then it's standard 3. Yeah.
Something like that. But she definitely wants to be, and I almost taught her to fly the sim.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she's settled, she has her mind set up. She wants to do aviation.
I believe so.
Yeah. It's so expensive, though. Are you going to take her to the States, or is she going to learn here?
We'll have to see when the time comes.
Yeah.
But chances are she won't become a pilot.
Oh,
chances are.
Oh, all right.
But no, but the education systems here now, they're fantastic. You know, really, really good. I mean, they're doing children of that age. You know, I mean, Samantha's saying, "Dad, can I WhatsApp you this picture?" I'm like, what?
At 8.
At 8? Huh? Could you even write our name?
That was for you in 1971, right? That's,
you know?
That's incredible. Oh, 1970, actually. That's when you were her age.
That's right. You know? I mean, it's remarkable what the education, how much it has, you know.
And the advancements, of course,
yeah,
of social media and everything.
And then again, don't forget sending children, say, to South Africa even, for, it's expensive.
It's very expensive. It's very expensive. Yeah. It's true. Now, for the simulator, finally, let's talk about what exactly it is and what it does. So what is it? Okay, what it is, it's a mock-up of an airplane. And what it is, it's got a huge screen. Okay, I've got very sophisticated graphics cards, plus the software. I mean, this whole thing didn't come cheap. As a matter of fact, I did it in phases. It was that expensive. And the only thing it doesn't do is get off the ground. But it's pretty much a plane. Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. Very, very accurate. And you have a choice of 8 different airplanes. So, of course, I just start with these babies 4-seaters. But you can go all the way to the space shuttle. So I've actually flown to the moon. Oh, but without leaving the ground? Without leaving the ground, yeah. So where did you get the idea? I didn't want to completely walk away from aviation. But to say, I started off with a recording studio, because I also have, nothing like this. Okay. But you've got budding artists who want to come and rap. Yeah. You know, I mean, when you ask me, I can't understand a thing what they're saying. Yeah. Do you know how they rap today? There's something called trap. Is it? Nick, yes. No. Captain Nick, let me tell you, there is something they do. There is, that's how they sound today in rap music. Yeah, and I was being told, then so you've got a sound engineer who does that, and then you've got the booth where this guy records. So I'm asking him, saying, what is this guy saying? Is he speaking? Yeah, you know. And then another one, they said, oh, Nick, I think that's really dope. I said, dope? Dope, yeah. What, you mean cocaine? Oh. They said, oh, look at this mose. Oh, wait, so you were pissed? You're like, what are you talking about? Well, yeah. Dope means good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's where I started, because it was more affordable. Yeah. So I've got piano teachers and so on and so forth, violin teachers and a couple of students. Yeah. And again, very affordable. Yeah.
In some cases, for free. I do it for free. You know, some people who can really not afford, particularly up where my dad's farm is.
Where is that?
In Kiambu.
Okay.
That side, Kiamba, Red Hill. I don't know if you're familiar with that area.
Yes.
And yeah, so my dad was very, very supportive of underprivileged children. He used to pay a lot of school fees for the kids up there. He was well known for that. So again, this is also my little contribution. So to assist, you know. So I mean, kids like that, they don't have a hope in hell to being a pilot. You know, just getting through day to day is a challenge for them.
Yeah.
So you can imagine when, you know, you've got this 19-year-old guy who is obviously sharp.
Yeah.
And you should see their eyes light up and, you know. So yeah, so it's very rewarding to still stay within aviation.
Yeah.
Bit of music here and there.
Yeah.
And, you know, without having to go to, nothing would give me, can you imagine going to Jomo every day like we used to do? I don't know how I used to do it with this traffic.
Oh, yeah? Because I don't know, it's a job, you're young, you have bills to pay, you remember all of that. And then you wake up and you find yourself at Jomo. That's how it happens. So why did you retire? Because what's the retiring age, 65?
That's correct.
Why did you retire? Are you 65? No, you're not.
Close.
Yeah, exactly, you're not, you're 53. So why did you retire?
As much as I say I love aviation and so on and so forth, it became too monotonous. You know, let me try and do something else before my God-given time on this earth comes to an end. You know? And then again, there was the birth of my daughter, Samantha. You know, it's a bit risky. And then, I mean, this is funny. I used to go to Kisumu every morning and every evening. It took me longer to drive to Jomo Kenyatta than it did to fly to Kisumu.
Both to and fro.
Yeah. You know, and, you know, I said, no, I want to stay at home kidogo a bit more now.
Yeah, and chill. Imagine.
Yes.
This is a very overactive, you know, person that used to be saying that you want to settle down. You must have been like, hey, what's happening to me? But thank you so much for coming and sharing your story, Captain. However, how can people reach you if they want to come? Is there a way that you decide who's going to come on? Is there a criteria that you
Absolutely.
use?
We're located at the Mathaiga Shopping Center on the second floor. There's a nice big sign there. And everything is there, including my own flat. So I live and work there. Yeah.
Should people know that? Did you just tell them where you live? Okay.
Yeah. And funny enough, the simulator is called Samantha Air.
Oh.
So, yeah. So we're on Facebook.
Yeah.
So other than that, there's... you could just call me directly, 0722-716-415.
All right, we're going to put out your number and people can call you.
Absolutely.
All right.
And yeah, come and have a look and let me, you know,
take you
share. Yeah, so when are you coming?
I should come. Actually, we were supposed to come together so that we shoot that. So we are going to come.
Good.
Ian and I were talking about, you know, flying without leaving the ground.
Right.
So that's a good thing to experience, and I'm really looking forward to that. So we will give you that call, and of course we are going to post that information on our social media platforms. Samantha, yeah, that means you really spoil your daughter.
Oh, I do.
You do, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Guilty as charged.
Captain Nick Ngethe, our guest today on Up Close and Personal, and my oh my, what an interesting man you are. That was really enjoying. I really enjoyed myself. The hashtag, of course, is K24 Alfajiri. Do not go